Hey guys, just come outside to put some coffee grounds in the bin, and I noticed that out of nowhere my mint has got loads of flower spikes on the tops of it. Now we grow mint to use. We put it in teas, we put it in desserts as a herb, and what we don't want when you're growing mint to eat is the flowers, because basically the plant thinks, my work here is done, and it'll stop giving you nice tasty aromatic leaves. So to prolong the useful life of this mint, I'm just going to take off all the flower tops. If you think of this as a type of pruning as well, what it might do is it might promote some more bushy growth. If you cut it down to just above a leaf joint, more plants might grow out of that. More leaves might grow from that. And then all these flower tops I will just give to the chickens. And the chickens can pick their way through. They'll enjoy that. So one of our plum trees in the backyard, it's put on a lot of growth this year, but earlier on in the season there was a lot of flowers, which normally means that's where your fruit's going to come from. But then we had a late frost and all the flowers got killed, so consequently we haven't got a single plum growing on this tree this year. But what's happened is, down at the bottom where the rootstock is, where it's because it's been grafted onto a rootstock as this plum, the actual plum is a Prunus domestica Stanley variety down at the bottom. So that there is the join where that rootstock has had the Stanley variety grafted onto the top of it. Underneath the join it's growing suckers quite close to the soil, just above where the tree's coming out of the soil, and we don't want those because these suckers, if they ever were to bear fruit, they wouldn't be the fruit of the Stanley variety. They'd be whatever kind of wild Prunus species the rootstock tree is from, and in the meantime, while they're growing, they're taking energy away from the rest of the tree. So we're going to snip them off, and the best way to do this is, on your secateurs you've got like a left and a right blade, if you will. Your cutting blade on here is that one on the right hand side. I know there's very fine margins that I'm talking about, but hopefully you'll be able to understand. So when you cut it off, your cutting blade wants to be closest to the tree, and then that way you're going to be cutting it off closest to the tree, because that's how you want to do it, get them as close as possible. So if I just try and lean over, right, so cutting blade next to the tree, snip, get rid of that. Can either cut it into smaller pieces and compost it, or if you ever have a lot of these, you can shred them and compost it that way. Right, you don't really need to see me cut the rest of these suckers off, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. Once I have shown you our enormous paddling pool. It's got a cover on at the moment. We've had a bit of rain last night and this morning, but how massive is that? For those of you that have seen the YouTube community page on my channel, that's where I put the photograph of me faffing around in a paddling pool. I was in this paddling pool, but the weather's not that great today, so there's no faffing around today. Cover's staying on. Right, I'm going to get the rest of these suckers off then. Suckers have gone. Just another little bit of information. If I was to fill this up with soil so it goes above that join there where the scion's been grafted onto the rootstock, you don't want to do that, because basically you'll encourage the rootstock to put more suckers out. So the graft join you leave above the level of the soil, if that makes sense. And some of the reasons why trees like plums throw out these suckers, it could be damage to the roots, so root disturbance. Well, as you can see, we've got very little else in here. We've just got some strawberry plants, and we certainly don't dig in this brick raised bed. And another reason could be drought, lack of water. Now we have had, although it's rained yesterday and today, we have just come out of about a 2-month period of exceptionally hot, dry weather for this part of England, the northwest. So, although we've been doing our best to keep the fruit trees well watered, I'm talking like a bucket of water every day from the water butts has been going on to these. We've been doing our best, but obviously it's not been enough. So they've thrown up suckers. But they've gone now, so the rest of the tree will keep growing, and we'll get the little fruit buds forming on these branches, and that's what it is that gives us fruit. So we're not going to get any fruit this year, but there's always next year, isn't there? Right, thanks guys. Right then, for those of you that don't skip the first few seconds of my video when the intro screen is on, you might have noticed that for this video I'm playing a little bit of didgeridoo, and I haven't used the guitar clip that I normally use. What do you think, guys? Let me know. Do you want guitar or didge?